Picture of a winged demon in Arizona. 70 nations from around the world gather to discuss the fate of Israel. And even the New York Times can't deal with the fake news coming from CNN. It's SkyWatch TV for Thursday, January 12th, 2017. I'm Derek Gilbert. First up, a story that got more bizarre as the day went on Tuesday and Wednesday. A story that blew up in the faces of the major media that reported it. Of course, it's about Donald Trump, about an alleged blackmail file that the Kremlin has on the incoming president. This file was supposed to contain footage of Trump at a hotel in Moscow with a pair of prostitutes. In a nutshell, the story was unverified, but nevertheless, the editors at BuzzFeed and then CNN decided to go public with the report, ran it anyway. It is, in a nutshell, tawdry. Not going to discuss exactly what's in that report because, frankly, it's disgusting, and besides, it's untrue. Here's essentially what happened. An anonymous person at the online forum 4chan decided to troll an anti-Trump member of the media, a Republican, but one of the hashtag Never Trump guys, fed this fake information to this gentleman. This GOP consultant decided he would feed it to an ex-intelligence official by the name of Evan McMullen, also a neocon, hashtag Never Trump. This information was then passed on to a United States senator who gave it to various intelligence agencies inside the U.S. Somebody at one of these intelligence agencies leaked the file to BuzzFeed, which, even though it was unverified and unsourced, decided to run it anyway. Here's a scan of the first post at 4chan, dated November 1st, showing that this information has been out there for a while, and even though it was fiction, made it into the major media. Senator John McCain admitted that he gave this 35-page dossier to the FBI. Fake information from an online chat forum fed to a political operative, hand-delivered by a senator, a United States senator, to the director of the FBI in person. No doubt the, bad blood between Mr. Trump and Senator McCain had something to do with this. But Watergate reporter Carl Bernstein, famous for his reporting on the Watergate break-in, wrote that Senator McCain might have received this file from a former MI6 agent. This MI6 agent, hired by a political opposition research group in Washington, D.C. that was doing work on Donald Trump for both Republican and Democrat clients leading up to the election. Again, the file, in spite of being unsubstantiated rumor, well, fiction actually, was published in full by BuzzFeed and given credibility by CNN. Well, as we said, even the New York Times, not buying it, criticized CNN and BuzzFeed for stooping to the level of propagators of fake news. In so many words, the Times decided not to run it because, in the words of its executive editor, quote, "We, like others, investigated the allegations and haven't corroborated them. And we felt we're not in the business of publishing things we can't stand by." End quote. When you can't sell anti-Trump propaganda to the New York Times, you're really doing a bad job. MSNBC, which is a progressive channel, Morning Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski slammed CNN and BuzzFeed. Brzezinski said the liberal media is continuing to make the same mistakes that they made in the run-up to the election, which is to let their bias get in the way of actually finding out what the facts are and putting them out there. And by Tuesday afternoon, CNN, already feeling the burn, had decided to back away from BuzzFeed, published a statement trying to put distance between its carefully sourced reporting and BuzzFeed's decision to publish unsubstantiated memos. What it comes down to is this. It's another psyop by the intelligence community that wants to keep propagating the Cold War between the United States and Russia. It was aided in this psyop by its neocon allies in the major media, CNN in particular. And this just not coincidentally got put out only a couple of hours before Donald Trump's first big press conference since the election. Well, Mr. Trump, the Donald, was not amused. Watch this exchange between the president-elect and CNN reporter Jim Acosta.
Michael Cohen.
Sir, since you're attacking us, can you give us a question?
Go ahead.
No, Mr. President-elect.
Go ahead.
Mr. President-elect,
Go ahead.
since you are attacking our news
not
organization,
you. Not
can
you.
you give us a chance?
Your organization
You
is
are attacking
terrible.
our news organization.
Your organization
Can you give us a
is
chance
terrible.
to ask a question, sir?
Go ahead.
Sir, can
Quiet.
you state,
Quiet.
Mr. President-elect,
Go ahead.
can you state
She's asking a
categorically,
question.
Mr.
Don't be rude.
President-elect, can you give us a question?
Don't be
You're
rude.
attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude.
Can you
No, I'm
give
not
us a
going to give you a
question?
question. I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir,
go ahead.
Can you state categorically that nobody... No, Mr. President-elect, that's not appropriate.
Ooh. Well, Mr. Trump could have dropped the mic at that point and walked off. Did you notice the applause from other members of the press corps? To quote our good friend Josh Peck, Mr. Trump might not be a great president, but at the very least, it's going to be hilarious. Coming up, is it a winged demon or just a scary tree? That's ahead on SkyWatch TV. Finally, a book that helps you make sense of the hard-to-understand parts of the Bible. SkyWatch TV is proud to offer The Unseen Realm by ancient language and Bible scholar Dr. Michael S. Heiser. He takes you into the world of the men who wrote the Bible under the inspiration of the Holy Spirit, and by understanding their worldview, you will better understand some of the weird parts of the Bible. Like, why was it so important to mention giants in the Old Testament? And why did Peter and Jude reference the angels who created them in the New Testament? The supernatural war between God and the fallen angels is real. The Unseen Realm helps you understand the way the apostles and prophets saw that war. And when you order The Unseen Realm from SkyWatch TV, we will add these two books free: The Supernatural Worldview by Chris Putnam and G.H. Pember's classic Earth's Earliest Ages. Order The Unseen Realm now by calling the number on your screen or log on to skywatchtvstore.com. John Kerry will represent the United States at a meeting coming up this weekend in Paris. This is a conference hosted by France. The U.S. will be one of 70 nations gathering to discuss a two-state solution to the problem between Israel and the Palestinians. 70 nations. Did you catch the number? Because it's significant. Deuteronomy 32, verse 8. When the Most High gave to the nations their inheritance, when he divided mankind, this would be after the Tower of Babel, mind you, he fixed the borders of the peoples according to the number of the sons of God. That's the English Standard Version translation, which follows the Septuagint. Deuteronomy 32, verse 8. How many nations did God divide people into after the Babel incident? 70. You can count it. Genesis chapter 10, the table of nations. Now, another question. How many sons of El, the chief Canaanite god, were there in his divine assembly? 70. Coincidence? The conference kicks off Sunday. These, by the way, nations divided into 70, God placed these sons of God over the nations as intermediaries. What kind of a job did they do? Read Psalm 82, where God judges the sons of God. They will die like men. In other news, the school district just west of us here at SkyWatch TV has said no more Bible study in middle school. The school board in Joplin, Missouri, suspended a middle school Bible study after a complaint from the American Humanist Association. Back in December, the association sent a letter to the school district about morning Bible study at North Middle School. The group complained that school employees and clergy were using donuts to attract students into the Bible study. The school district dismissed the claims of the group after finding the program had been initiated by students, that participation was voluntary, it was not led or promoted by a district employee, did not interfere with educational activities, and used no public funds. However, they canceled the program because student-initiated activities aren't allowed in the Joplin School District until high school, This is a policy that was changed last March. The district said it had been unaware of the change, but the suspension has been extended to other Bible studies, similar Bible studies at the other middle schools in the district. Also in our neck of the woods, Missouri State University has settled a lawsuit after kicking out a student whose religious beliefs would not allow him to counsel gays. The university paying out about $25,000 to Andrew Cash, who was removed from the master's degree program, the counseling program, 2 years ago. Cash said he was removed from the program after he tried to complete his internship at Springfield Marriage and Family Institute, a Christian-based counseling agency. His internship coordinator told Cash that refusing to counsel gays went against the American Counseling Association's Code of Ethics. The $25,000 about the cost of completing his master's degree at another university. A gay couple has been chosen to lead a prominent Baptist church in Washington, D.C. Sally Surratt and Maria Swearingen presented to the congregation of Calvary Baptist Church this past Sunday. They'll take over their jobs as co-pastors in late February. The church severed ties with the Southern Baptist Convention in 2012, still affiliates with American Baptist Churches USA. The couple comes from Greenville, South Carolina, where they met at the First Baptist Church of Greenville, which ordained them last year. Surratt has been serving as part-time associate minister at the Greenville Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. Now, setting aside theology and doctrine on ordaining homosexual pastors, or women pastors for that matter, where do you find any common ground between Baptist churches and the Unitarian Universalists? And finally, what do you see in this picture here? I mean, you can see why this photo has gone viral, taken by Arizona resident Richard Christensen, posted to Facebook. It's been picked up by news media around the world. Now, some say it's fake. My take is that this is a picture of a palm tree taken in low resolution in the dark. Don't really know, but that's my guess. Thing is, we don't really know what demons or fallen angels look like either. Demons are non-corporeal. They probably don't look like anything unless they're inhabiting a body. Fallen angels could look like you or me, for that matter. However, it doesn't mean they're not real. And if you were to run a psyop to make people who believe in angels and demons look bad, it might look something like this. You'll find us online at SkyWatchTV.com. All of the links to our social media sites are there as well. My stuff, whenever I get motivated to post, interviews, thoughts, my blog, you'll find all that at DerekPGilbert.com. Tomorrow, a look at science through the world, well, through the biblical lens, the world of science through a biblical lens. And hopefully I'll get that right tomorrow. Sci Friday tomorrow. Until then, thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert, and this is SkyWatch TV.